just a show of hands, does anybody know a teenager or a graduating senior on their block or nearby in the neighborhood? Trajan, you do? We haven't had any applicants yet for the scholarship this year. And we're taking applications until Saturday at 11:59 p.m. So if you know a young man or woman who's graduating this year, and it doesn't have to be four-year college, just post-secondary education, and could use the financial help, send them to the website, rosedalepark.org, and have them do the application, because we really do want to give the money away. We have it budgeted, and nobody's applied, and then I'm not sure why. But if you know somebody, call them, text them, TikTok them, I don't know, but tell them to apply, because they probably won't have any competition. So go ahead, Trajan.
Do they have to be graduating senior, or can they just be in college right now?
We had it drafted for graduating seniors, but because we have no applicants, I mean, it's a board decision. So if we got somebody who was in college and filled out the application, I think we would probably be willing to waive that requirement.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let my neighbors know. Thanks.
Thank you. All right. The next thing on the agenda, and if everybody doesn't have one, the agendas are over by the table to just give you an idea of the list of events for tonight, the list of discussion for tonight. The next thing is the COVID memorial update. I'm going to call up Pam Weinstein to tell us about what we have in plan for memorializing our neighbors.
Thank you, everybody. I hope you all have the proposal for the Rosedale COVID Memorial. We're going to memorialize the Rosedale residents that we have lost to COVID. The location I propose is right in front of the donor sign at Rosemont Acacia Park. As you enter from Rosemont and Acacia, that intersection, there's a little space on the ground in front of that sign that I think the memorial would fit really well there. The idea is to put the names and birth and death dates of the 5 neighbors that we know of so far that have died due to COVID. We were hit really hard and fast at the beginning of the pandemic last year and lost 3 block captains, seemed like within days of each other. Gwen and Edmund Carmichael, and also Regina Vaughn. And then not too much long after that, 2 more neighbors, a longtime neighbor on Penrod, Florence Coleman Owens on the corner there at Penrod and Linden, and then Allison Gilbert on Ashton. So you see the design, the proposed design with their 5 names and dates, and in memory of Rosedale Park neighbors lost to COVID in the middle. Hang on, I'll get you, just let me finish up here. The Stone Yard is willing to donate the limestone, which is huge. That's really wonderful. They were really moved and touched that people in the Detroit neighborhood wanted to remember their neighbors, so they volunteered. I didn't even have to ask, it was great, to donate the limestone, and they'll charge us a couple $100 to engrave the names and everything. And then VR Landscaping, the contractor that installed all these pavers here, they did a beautiful job. I thought, why reinvent the wheel? I asked them for the contact, and he came and looked it over and gave us the quote, $1344. So the total cost is $1544. And if you approve this project, it has been approved by the board, but an expenditure that large needs to be approved by the membership as well. So if you guys approve, I'm pretty sure we can get this done in time for the bike ride in July. So we could invite the families and friends of the people who have died to join the people who are celebrating and having the bike ride. We could make it, a joint event. So you had a question.
Yeah, Pam, I'm Susan Berry, and we just had, I mentioned it, I think it was Stephanie who was in the Rosedale Park news too. I didn't know that. So we have another member, so there's 6. Person died last week.
Okay, have you sent me the
I
information?
sent you an email today.
Oh.
You probably just didn't get it yet, but I sent it to you
Just
today.
happened last week, COVID.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, well, we can put that person right under Regina Vaughn, unfortunately. Okay, other questions or comments? Good idea, bad idea?
Great idea.
Great idea.
Okay. Just making sure. All right, so I think it would be appropriate if somebody would make a motion.
I would move that we approve the expenditure for the memorial.
Wonderful. Is there a, Phil Schlup
Second.
is making the motion and Andrew is seconding. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? None. Wonderful. Thank you very much, everybody, for your support. And I look forward to seeing you all in July for the bike ride and the dedication. And while I've got the microphone, I'm going to really quick tell you the blood drive is here tomorrow at the community house. We still have a handful of appointments. If you'd like to donate blood, that would be a really great way to save lives, and it's really simple. You just lie there for about 20 minutes, and that's pretty easy. And then the block captain meeting is this Sunday, right where you're sitting at 4 o'clock. So if you're a block captain, please come back on Sunday afternoon. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Pam. Pam really conceived of the memorial idea and has been working really diligently on it over the past several months, really. And I really appreciate the way she's just always thinking about the neighbors and thinking about things that will be long-term in our neighborhood. I really appreciate all of Pam's hard work on that project, and as sobering as COVID has been for us, I'm glad that we are memorializing our neighbors in this way, and that we're going to have something that people can look back on and remember their family members with. So thank you for that, Pam. The next thing on the agenda is our new neighbor spotlight. I wanted to keep up the tradition. One of my favorite things about coming to the membership meetings is seeing the new neighbors. And normally we have a screen and you can see their house and the house number with the picture of their house and kind of see who bought that house, who lives in that house now. We're outdoors, so we don't have that today, but we do have a new neighbor spotlight tonight. So I want to bring up LaTanya Woods and Michael Morbito. Let's welcome them. LaTanya and Michael are at 14869 Greenview. They moved to Detroit from Ann Arbor, and they're going to come up now and just tell us a little bit about themselves and why you moved to the neighborhood. Come on up.
All right.
Is it alright if I show my face?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just because no one else has seen me and I don't know anybody else. I'm LaTanya Woods.
I'm Michael Morbito.
Michael Morbito.
Nice to meet you guys.
We're super happy to be in Detroit. I work for the University of Michigan in IT, business systems analyst there. And
I'm a chef, and I just started a new job in Dearborn, so right down the road.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, why we came to Rosedale? So I used to teach.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Beautiful neighborhood.
Beautiful neighborhood.
Why wouldn't we come to Rosedale?
It's got a community feel. We read a lot about it, and a lot of common interests. I'm a musician. He's an inspiring musician as well as a cook, so it's just a great place to be. So we're excited to be here.
A lot of artistry here. We're excited about it.
Yeah.
Glad to have you.
Yeah. We drove through the neighborhood for about 6 months looking for a house before we bought one. So.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, it was a
You
long
got a
search.
real beauty. That's a
Glad to
really
be
great
here.
house.
We're looking forward to meeting more people.
Any questions for Michael and LaTanya?
All right.
All right.
Look, thanks. We'll see you guys around.
That's great.
When I sent out a email in my president's message a couple of months ago asking for volunteers for committees, LaTanya was the first person to respond and send me an email and say I want to get involved. I want to get involved in the neighborhood association. And the next week she came out and helped clean up the park. So just so happy to have them here. They have true Rosedale spirit. And thanks for coming tonight. We appreciate you. I wanted to give a few neighborhood updates, things that are going on this summer in the neighborhood. After hearing about so many cancellations last year, it's good to be telling you all about things that we are doing instead of telling you about things that we aren't doing. So we have some events planned for the summer that we're hoping that we can do safely outside together. So the first is the block sale is coming back this year. We didn't do it last year because of COVID. This year we are going to be doing the block sale on our traditional June Saturday. So it's going to be June 26th with the rain date of Sunday, June 27th. If that date we have inclement weather. So let your neighbors know. They can set their things out. You can set your things out. We're going to try to do it safely, social distanced, and wearing masks, but we are going to have the block sale coming back this year. And I know some people are very happy about that. I've already been getting calls and emails about whether or not we're having a block sale. So we are having it. We're trying a new event this summer. We're going to do a neighborhood bike ride in July. It's currently slated for July 17th from 9 to 12. We're going to start at Stopel Park and ride through the neighborhood, swing over across Grand River and ride through North Rosedale, down Breton, and then back over to Rosedale Park, ending at Flintstone Park, Rosemont Acacia. We've mapped out a 5-mile route. That should take about 45 minutes, and then we're going to have a shorter 1-mile route for the little ones who can't or don't want to do the whole 5-mile route. So look for news about that. We'll have snacks, we'll have drinks and things like that. But we think this is something that we can kind of do safely, and it's new. It's something I don't think we've done in the past, so that should be nice. That's going to be in July. And then we're going to be doing a movie night in conjunction with GRDC in August, on August 14th, also at Rosemont Acacia Park. We're going to have a family-friendly movie, something that all ages can enjoy. I think GRDC did one last summer, and it went really well. So this summer they're going to do a series of dates throughout the summer. And there's a handout over at the table with the dates. Don't just come to the Rosedale one. North Rosedale's doing one. Grandmont's doing one. Minnock Park's doing one. So there'll be several nights throughout the summer that you can come out and watch a movie on the lawn with your family. Again, outside safely. We can see each other. But in a safe way. I'm really excited about this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm going to try to go to every single one. And I love kids' movies. It can even be a cartoon. I don't care. But it'll be a family-friendly movie, and I hope that we see everybody out for that. So grab a handout before you go so that you have those dates and can attend. And then there are 2 resources that I want to let everyone know about. Let me just grab my notes. The first resource is Project Clean Slate, which is a program through the city of Detroit. This is for expungement. Michigan passed the new expungement law on April 11th that vastly expands the number of people that can have criminal convictions removed from their record, both misdemeanors and felonies. This is important because having to report those convictions, especially on a job application, can be the difference between being employed and not being employed for a lot of people. There are a lot of people who just really cannot move forward because they have an old conviction, lots of them nonviolent convictions on their record, and it really can have a way of boxing you in. And so we have this new legislation that allows many more people to expunge their records. It's called Project Clean Slate. You have to be a Detroit resident. If you know anybody, family member, friend that can use this program, have them contact Project Clean Slate. There are a team of lawyers who are doing this for free. And expungement really is a process where you need a lawyer to help you. It's kind of difficult to do it on your own as a layperson. But there are a team of lawyers. This project is funded, and they will help with the application process. They will help with the hearing and just getting that person from the process from A to Z. So if you know somebody that can use that help, the The email address is projectcleanslate@detroitmichigan.gov. The application is also online, so you can go online to the City of Detroit's website and do a search for Project Clean Slate and put in the application, and somebody will get back to you and assign you a lawyer and help you or help your friend and get that taken care of. So that's the first resource. The second thing I wanted to talk about was property tax assistance. Delinquent property taxes, taxes that are older than this year. Give me just a second. Let me get my notes on this. So if you know anyone who has delinquent property taxes, the deadline to enter a payment plan for those is June 30th, 2021. So next month. The city is offering payment plans for delinquent property taxes if you apply by June 30th. If you need help with current year taxes, there is a special program, the Home Property Tax Assistance Program. The application for that is, the deadline for that is actually at the end of the year, but that is for current year taxes. You apply online to reduce or eliminate your current tax obligation. There is help available through GRDC. If you need help filing the application, you can contact Kitty Yarbrough at GRDC. Her address is KYARBROUGH@grandmontrosedale.com. There is help available. So if you know a neighbor that is delinquent on their property taxes or struggling even with current year taxes, please give them this information. Let them know that help is available. We want to keep all of our residents in their homes and just keep our neighborhood healthy and sound. We may be having a legislative update from Stephanie Young. She's coming from Lansing, so she said she would be here a little bit later. So while we wait on her, does anybody have any questions about anything that I talked about? Pam.
I just want to add, so most of you have seen the notices in the newspaper or the television. The treasurer is not going to foreclose on anybody this year if it's an occupied dwelling. It's owner-occupied or renter-occupied. So that nightmare is off the table. But it's really important for people who are in a situation to keep pursuing the resources, because there's lots of resources available and you should avail yourself of it. There's lots of help. Don't let up just because they're not going to foreclose on you. Next year is just around the corner. So get moving right now. And I think there's funding to take care of past arrearages.
Yeah.
I think Dan Gilbert gave us big pile of money. So dang. Let's take advantage of that. Get in line and get some help, because it really can make a difference. So just make sure everybody knows to keep on keeping on.
Yep.
And then
Trajan.
I was just going to add too, then, if you're not in trouble on your taxes, and even if you're able to pay them, but if you're not sure or don't know if you have the neighborhood enterprise zone, NEZ, on your taxes, to look into that, because it can give you a pretty good discount too. And is it still all of Rosedale still qualifies, right? They didn't change that at all.
Yeah. So
Especially if you just bought a house, or if you're new, it might not be on there.
it's 1994.
So they just renewed them though too. Yeah, like I just renewed mine last year. So
Yeah, but I think you have to have bought your house before 1994 to qualify.
if you did buy it before 1994, right? Yeah, then it doesn't qualify.
How does that work?
So anybody who bought their house after 1994, you're eligible for about 25% of your taxes to be abated, but this is a weird thing. I think state law says they cannot abate the taxes on the land.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But they can abate the taxes on the
structure.
the dwelling. So they split your parcel into two tax bills. And you are part of the MEP. So your taxes on your home will go down about 25%, which that's real money.
Yeah.
So the tax on the land is really pretty minimal, actually. So it's well worth pursuing. If you're not getting two tax bills, and you bought your house after 1994, you should definitely look into it because you're eligible. Yeah, because all of Rosedale is eligible. Those of us old timers who bought our house way in the dark ages, we can't avail ourselves of that, but we're covered by the property anyway, so your taxes are anyway, so be sure you're on the NED bandwagon. Thank you, Andrew.
Thanks for that. That was really helpful. I want to open the floor to questions, concerns, things that we haven't talked about.
I just wanted to thank all the neighbors for participating who did it, hard cleanup and the service drive cleanup and the things
Yeah.
that are going out.
Certainly.
A lot of good effort.
Yeah, thanks to everybody who came out. We had a really good cleanup mid-April on the Saturday. I think it was the second Saturday in April where we did Rosemont Acacia Park and the Southfield Service Drive. And Park looked great afterwards. Service Drive looked great afterwards. And then the very next Saturday, or 2 weeks later, Motor City Makeover, a bunch of people came out and did some heavy lifting on the Service Drive, cutting down the brush and hauling out debris and just getting a lot of, Frank and Phil were out there with chainsaws, and it was a sight to behold, but it looked a lot better afterwards. So thanks to everybody who came out for that. Getting our neighborhood spring cleaned, I guess. Yeah. Was there a question? Okay. Any other questions or concerns? One other thing that I did want to address, I've heard a lot of concerns about the DTE grass and the crazy nature of it and how crazy it looks. I am talking to DTE to see if they're going to come out and remediate the grass, the people who are affected whose grass does not look good now. I know a lot of people's grass is patchy or it's two different colors. The DTE grass grows really fast, and they redid my whole front, and it just, every 5 days it needs to be cut again. I'm going to have a legal pad over here with that you can leave your name and address if you want to be on the list of people who DTE comes out and takes another look at your grass. What I like to do is just have a clearinghouse of complaints instead of doing it piecemeal every time somebody emails me or calls me about it, because there are so many people that are affected. I like to just create a master list of everybody that wants DTE to come out and fix it, and then hopefully we can just have the neighborhood just surveyed and redone, because it really just looks crazy.
Did we just write down our whole block?
Well, as I've been talking to them, they've been asking me for names and addresses. I would love to just say come out and do the whole block of Glastonbury between Eaton and Chalfont. But definitely, if you know that you want yours done, I'm going to have a legal pad over here, and you can just sign, put your name and address and phone number, and I'll get with you about that. Okay. Anything else? No? T-shirts for sale. All right. So if you want a T-shirt or you want snacks, those are going to be out for a while. I don't have anything else, guys. Stephanie wasn't going to be here until 8 o'clock, so we probably won't hear from her tonight. But I know one of the things she wanted to talk about was the expungement, and we've done that. So thanks for coming out. We'll see you at the next meeting, okay? Yep.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? Oh, I'm just oh yeah. I was out digging in the garden today. You know, I don't complain about the weather. I grew up here in Michigan. Damn, it's just too cold in May. I mean, let's just halt this. Yeah, that's right. No, you're right. Absolutely.
Can I write my neighbor's name down there?
Yeah, there's a list out right over there, on the table.
On the table?
Already started.
Oh, they already started one?
Oh,
Okay.
I'm not sure of his last name.
What they're responsible for, then they will get out there and do it. Because I gave them the example of where they other business and the grocery store. To give them until Friday for tickets and whatnot. The only challenge with the tickets is that, you know, they're short-staffed and to be able to get somebody else to actually issue the ticket. So with the guy, I don't know if anybody has said anything.